sunny, and we are in cruising mode, or in champagne sailing as they call it, except that we've got to pick up the champagne in the Falklands. The trade winds are very light. It's only between 10 and 13 knots, so of course 2 to 3, whereas we're expecting more like 4 or 5 winds here, typically along the Brazil coast. But hey ho, you know, that's how it is, and we just try to squeeze every tent out of the boat speed that we can, and try to get more towards the doldrums.
Yeah, fairly standard. It's something you try to take the opportunity with flat water and stay the boat, go and do a bit of keel. So, last couple of days have been great for that. The water's quite flat. Yeah, all 100%, including ourselves. We work hard on trying to keep it that way, and you know, we've made some repairs in the Falklands, as you know, and those are still looking pretty good. Well, we had quite a famous sailor, Sir Peter Blake, and every New Zealand kid looked up to him, followed his races around the world, and you know, Peter pioneered this kind of interaction with the public and with the media, with Montgomery. So sailing was very interactive back in the 80s, and Peter used to take his boats, Sorrento, Lion, New Zealand, going over to on a national tour. Once they were built, sail around all the ports and go on board and have a look. So that was very inspiring as a kid. Grant Dalton followed that with his boat. So it's been quite a connection with the city for all New Zealand children. For sure, it's a culture, and there's a lot of New Zealanders doing it. So you're bound to know somebody who's getting to the top of the tree. So in that way, it's easier. But there's also a lot of people doing it, and a lot of competition for spots. One thing that's probably made it easier as a youngster, not just as a New Zealander, is the community rule in the Volvo Ocean race. 3 under 30s for the boat. That's a good rule that bring in some of the younger guys who maybe wouldn't get an opportunity held out by the older guys. So there probably is more opportunity now than there was 10 years ago. Talking a lot during the race how out of those that we've done, we've learned a lot more when we started racing. I guess when you're racing, you're always pushing the boat a little bit harder. The combination of slow, you test it, but it doesn't try something else. So we've mixed up the sails in the front quite a lot, which has produced some instant result. And also the forced to sail with one rig for that amount of time has also provided some results. And there's a culture that says you've got to have as much sail up as possible. Sometimes that's otherwise right. So, you know, we've been forced to learn a few tricks that we might not have learned previously.
Isn't that amazing? You know, thinking about that, you know, where we end up, you need a lot of inspiration, a lot of guidance, and funny to see that some of the core values that we used as a little kid on the boat, you know, you can do anything you want. You know, it's not scary to help this boat. You just have to work with the waves and the wind and not against them. Those things, they come back, and they're definitely values that I got from my dad. So it's a great day to think about that, and I wish my dad a very, very happy birthday. Basically, my parents met each other at the sailing camp, and I'm not sure, but there's no evidence. But I think that they might have just strapped me to the mast when I was 2 years old, and since then I've had no chance but to become a professional sailor. Absolutely, and you know, nobody gets to this level of racing without a big support network behind them. And my dad has definitely been big suspicion that he will be there at the thing as well. Actually, they've always been very supportive. They've always been worried because it's not the most stable of jobs. Sure, it's not a job that is very easy on the merit, but they've been very supportive and they've been supportive with my family at home. As soon as I started Barcelona World Race, they spent a week there and helped Christina out at home, which has been huge. It's just fantastic with seeing him involved and getting enthusiastic. The only problem is that he'll probably keep my mum awake in the middle of the night with having to check all these updates. Well, the trades are surprisingly weak. I understand why, but they're very weak, and so we just slowly got into the doldrums. We did have some squalls in the last couple of days, but now we're fairly really into the trade winds and they've gone. So it's small puffy clouds, flat seas, and we expect in 2 days to see the big clouds that mark the edge of the doldrums, and then times will get interesting. And
yeah, we've actually got a call Alex straight after this, and now the race is nearing the end. Obviously, everybody's talking about the future development of the boat, the future race side, so we keep talking about it regularly. Well, the two things you always try to achieve with these boats is speed and reliability. And I think until you are winning races, you always need to work on your speed and you always need to work on your reliability. So it's knowing that we had to make a stop, so that's an area we need to focus on because Bondi Globe, the next big race, we're not allowed to stop. So there's lots to work on, but there's also lots of positives to take out of this. It's a very difficult race where there's no stop, so if you have a bad start to the race, you maybe not in a great opportunity to improve your position. In saying that, it highlights all preparation or bad luck may happen. So, it's have to work on the reliability, work on speed, we get a bit more fortune in the future. So I'm told these boats are a work in progress. Every system needs a little bit of maintenance and it needs a little bit of tweaking, and there's things you learn on the way, and maybe something that bolted down pretty good after 50 days isn't so good. So these are little things that you learn, that everybody has those problems, and I think in general it's been quite fortunate with how much we don't have any fuel problems, like we don't have any structural problems yet, like it's even the rig problems